Other than that, we have some international news that I want to pick up. This is an involving story that in Nice earlier today, a truck during the Bastille Day celebration, a truck purposefully drove into a crowd in Nice in the southern part of France, killing dozens and injuring many, many more. This is a developing story. If more things develop as the show progresses, I'll give you continuing updates. Else, keep your eye out for what's going on.
Yes, thank you, Nis, for bringing that. I did catch that headline, and I did want to make sure that we did get to mention it. There's a very graphic video that was circulating around on Twitter that it was bad out there. So thoughts and best go out to the families that are affected by that tragedy, and I'm sure we'll find out more as the day and week progresses. To try and swing a little bit back towards that positive note that Jessa left us on, we do have a new person joining us, the Project Sanity team. He's been with us for a little while, but last week we tried to introduce him. We were having some technical issues, but he is with us now, so let me try to avoid any further technical issues and bring him on here. Eric, can you hear us, and can we hear you?
I can hear you if you can hear me.
Sounds good on our side. So welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I just want to describe some of the things Eric's working on right now. He's helping us on the backside with video editing. He's going to be part of a critical component to getting those new videos up that you'll be seeing on the new Project Sanity channel on YouTube that we'll be sharing with you guys frequently in the near future. And also, he put together some packages, and he's working on some more future packages about local politics in Washington. And one of the ones that I know he's working on is about cannabis legislation that he has personal connections with. But just go ahead and share with us some more about yourself, what brought you to Bernie, and what brought you to Project Sanity there, Eric, if you would.
So I think what brought me to Bernie in particular is kind of similar to a lot of people. Grew up low income, was sick and tired of seeing the poor really not get an even playing field with those that are wealthy. I heard Bernie, actually, my brother-in-law came home from a Bernie rally like a year ago, and he was just ecstatic, and he's like, man, you gotta look up this guy. So I looked up Bernie, and instantly I'm like, what? How is he reading my mind? I felt like everything he said was something that I could relate to. And that kind of is what pushed me into the world of journalism. The more and more I researched and talked to people about what was really going on in our country, the more I became disappointed in the way that our media was reporting things, and I decided to give it a go myself. And then I met Richard, and we talked, and we're like-minded. We have the same goals, and so he was courteous enough to invite me to help out with Project Sanity.
And thank you so much for joining us. Your skills and services have been indispensable, and we're very happy to have you on. And we're going to probably bring you in later in the discussion to just opine a little bit from your perspective on where we're at regarding the topics that we're going to be discussing. Some of the other things, tell us a little bit about, I guess, what you see in the future of Washington progressive politics that you've been having your ear to more recently.
Well, a lot of what I've been involved in and what I see growing is the Bernie people especially are really reaching out to the community, and we're going out and we're talking to people, and instead of telling people where they should go and what they should want to see happen, we're going out and we're asking people, what do you think needs to be done? And we're bringing groups together, sort of intersectional groups, so that we can all work together because we all have common goals and we're all much stronger together. And I'm really impressed by Washington State particularly. Of course, we have our problems, but I really love the unity that I'm seeing growing here. And I really love how everybody is committed to making progress and committed to changing things for the better. Particularly with criminal justice, addiction and mental health issues, and income inequality.
Absolutely, yes. And I've I've seen a lot of positive progress, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of this new energy be focused into the types of things that people have been desperately wanting but haven't been able to really organize around and develop in ways that they're able to get the larger goals that they're after accomplished. So I'm glad you're going to be joining us on that. And then, so Nis, I just wanted to ask, is there anything that you wanted to highlight or mention or ask while we had Eric on briefly before our deep dive?
Yeah, Eric, there are some shenanigans going on in Washington vis-a-vis medical dispensaries. And I know that you're working on putting a piece together for us on it, but how about you give us a little taste about what is going on?
So back in 1998, Timothy Killian and his brother really pushed to get a medical marijuana law passed in Washington State. And so that's been passed since 1998, and there's been a thriving medical system. Of course, it has grown throughout that time. So in the beginning, it was an infant, and within the last few years, it's become an adult. And then back in 2012, I believe, we passed the recreational marijuana law. And back last year in March or April, I believe, the local legislation decided that since we passed a law to legalize marijuana, that suddenly it meant that the same medical marijuana law we passed in 1998 was now null and void. And so they pretty much shut us all down and left a system in shambles. And you have cancer patients, patients with MS, who have no idea where to go, who literally were coming into the shops on the last days before closing in tears because they didn't know what to do, because the state had not set up a proper infrastructure for medical patients, even though they decided to close down the medical dispensaries. And really what this boils down to is that the state wasn't getting any money from the medical dispensaries, and so they wanted to streamline it to maximize tax profit, and it's really disappointing because it's been a great disservice to patients.
But why wouldn't they just try and change the existing system so that the dispensaries could stay up but start paying taxes and formalize themselves as businesses or something like that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Nis. We actually had multiple petitions. We tried the last year. We took to the legislation and we spoke to them. We had a big meetings of different medical shop owners, and it just didn't seem like they wanted to hear us out. We were completely committed to following all the rules and regulations that a recreational shop had to follow, and they instead wanted to just shut it down and decide to do things however they pleased.
Okay.
I know in Washington.
We'll get more on that later. I assume that next week or the week after we are going to get more on that. But thank you, Eric, and thank you for joining us. Eric is my new hero, basically. Like, I've swapped out my Bernie statues with him on my little altar. Because Eric is basically taking all the shows we've done, and he has, in a week and a half, he has reviewed them, cut them up, and started to put them up on our new channel so that we'll have some content, and he's going to do the same on with the Facebook video medium, and he's also running the Facebook thing. And so Eric is basically our superhero making Project Sanity bigger. So you just go, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
And to slightly answer the question, or to postulate one answer to the question that you asked at the end there, Nis, we've seen in some of the other states that have tried to either legalize recreational or medicinal, that there's been some efforts from the legislations to corporatize the process. Mm-hmm. And having the way the medical industry was set up in Washington, it was very grassroots style, if you will, and it was a lot of small producers helping people helping each other out kind of situation, not a very corporatized and business model type thing. And so it would have, rather than shifting them there's possible, it might be in their interest to allow people that already have influence in industry to come in and spearhead mm-hmm. those things. Would be I'm speculating, but
I think you hit that right on, Richard. It was very community driven. The shop that I worked at, I mean, we knew all our patients on a first name basis. We knew what they needed when they came in. It was a tight-knit community, and when you worked there, like me, for example, not only was I a bud tender, but I was doing compliance. I helped with the audits. I helped with the cultivation of products. I mean, we literally did everything, and it built a better community in my eyes. So it's really sad to see it go.
And so with that, I think we're going to go ahead and move forward just a little bit. And again, I'll try and make sure to bring you back in on our conversation later so we can get some of your perspective as well. I'm going to hand it to Nis for just a moment here. So let me just get everything situated. Thanks again, by the way, Eric, for everything that you're doing here. And Nis, take it for just a moment and pontificate, if you will. You may need to unmute. I'm not hearing him. Yeah, yes. There we are.
I like to say that I have seen Jennifer Lynn commenting in the chat about her attending a march, and I'm the best mime. Thank you, Brandon. So I've seen Jennifer Lynn talking about attending a march, and we can't guarantee that we can carry all footage of all marches, but if you're there and it coincides with a Thursday, or if it coincides with our live coverage of the convention, reach out to us. Nis at Progressive Army, or on our Twitters or Facebooks. Reach out to us, tell us what you have, and we will see if we can utilize it. If not on a live show, we can possibly put it on the channel. If it's newsworthy, we can put it up on our channel. So please, it doesn't take much more than a camera and talking with us, and we will help you cut out the rough edges, but it doesn't take much more than a camera and the intent of delivering a nuanced report to become a citizen journalist. So if you're at a march, record it. If you think you have some decent footage, send it our way and we'll see what we can do. Other than that, if you stumble over good articles, interesting articles, subjects, topics, even old ones that you think are interesting, we have Google submission forms in the description, or you can join us at our G+ community page that you can also find a link to in the description, and simply start talking with other like-minded people. Nuanced, you're out. Okay, Dave, it was nice working with you, man. I'm responding to what's happening in chat. Sorry, guys. So yeah, that is my pontification on your action. Project Sanity can only grow through more and more people saying, no, I want to document this. This is not okay. This cannot stand. I want to put this out there. But instead of putting it out on YouTube and then hoping other people stumble across it, let us work together. Let's make a concerted effort to make a place where all stories can be brought in a way that is coordinated and that makes it easier to get the big picture on it. So that people, you keep hearing people say, research your own stories. I find my own news. Well, you're one of the few, because if you do a Google search on any subject, you will get results based on what you have searched on before. So if you can get a nuanced return on a Google search, you're one of the very few, because Google tracks everything you search on. They track everything you click on, and they specify the search after that. And even if they didn't do that, there is so much information out there on every subject. You can see the anti-vaxxers. There is about 99.99999% of all studies, medical research, and results say that anti-vaxxers are wrong. But there's 0.0001% of people on the internet saying that it can lead to autism has more and more people flocking around them. And these are people that consider themselves enlightened, and we find and do our own research and we ask questions. Well, so the internet is not the best place to research things. So let's make a place where it becomes easier to access all information. That's enough of me to pontificating. Richard, you've got to take over.
That was excellent. You nailed some things that I really wanted to get mentioned, and especially particularly that we're going to be working very hard to provide some really in-depth, I think reasonably unprecedented access to the Democratic Convention floor, to the protests outside, and we're working with Nigel Harrison, who's going to be also there, trying to give us basically a POV version of what's happening right there on the streets. So if you want to see if you want to get a good coverage of what's going on at the DNC convention, I think Project Sanity, the Benjamin Dixon channel, Progressive Army is going to be the place you want to watch. You're going to get, like I said, unprecedented stuff. And if you're going to be there, if you're going to be at one of those protests, like Nis said, or you're going to be participating in a local solidarity version, or you're just going out and finding other interesting stories, please forward them along in the ways that Nis mentioned. We, like he said, can't do this without all of you. So we appreciate all the submissions that we're already getting. And I know Lakeisha Rankin is one that has put a lot of great information in front of me that I'm very thankful for, and I'm sure that there's many others. And I just wanted to, I got one.
Bill Wynter.
Yeah, and so